Elon Musk made a huge Tesla announcement today, and as a Tesla stock investor, I love it. And we got 3 huge Tesla news stories, and you will want to pay attention to this one. This might be the most important video that I made this year. Elon announced, I will have an Optimus dance troupe on stage with me at the Tesla shareholders meeting. Then we got news that the Tesla board is exploring a new pay deal for Elon Musk, which is important because we want Elon Musk to focus primarily on Tesla and not XAI or anything else. And Elon has made it clear before that if he doesn't get a certain amount of Tesla shares, then he's not really that interested in building future AI products at Tesla. But with this new compensation package, we would no longer really need to worry about any of that. I think it would give Elon Musk enough incentive to focus a lot more on Tesla in the future. And then the third big news story is the potential affordable Tesla Model 2, which was spotted a few days ago. I'm not saying that this is certainly a Model 2, but we'll dive into what this is. And there's a lot of other news as well, so this episode you'll want to pay attention to. And as I'm recording this, Tesla stock is actually up significantly, and if you like seeing this, make sure to click the like button right now, and let's dive into the news. And by the way, a new Tesla FSD version just came out. We will cover that as well. I told you, it's a big news day. Cathie Wood was just on TV reiterating that she does believe that Tesla stock is going to go to $2,600 per share, and that's just based on autonomy, basically. But Elon Musk believes that Tesla has something that will be 10 times bigger than just autonomy. So if you really take that price target from Cathie Wood, multiply it by 10 times, basically Elon Musk is predicting that Tesla stock would go to $26,000 per share. It sounds mind-bogglingly ridiculous, but I don't think Elon Musk is joking here. And something absolutely, truly, massively huge, enormous is brewing at Tesla. I think I'm still underestimating what Elon Musk is predicting here by using these words. But look, even Morgan Stanley just said that humanoids could bring $5 trillion in annual revenue by 2050, and that there's no other company that's better positioned to take advantage of this than Tesla. And look, Tesla's annual revenue right now is about 100 billion per year. So even the conservative Morgan Stanley firm is predicting that it would actually be 5 trillion, basically 50 times more. And historically, if you look at Morgan Stanley's predictions about Tesla stock, they have turned out to be so conservative. And there's something really huge happening at Tesla right now with how it is also perceived. Morgan Stanley is now coming out and saying that, humanoid robots, yeah, this is actually getting serious. 2 years ago, you would mention the Tesla bot to any institutional investor, you would be laughed at and you would not be considered seriously. But that's changing now. And partially that is because Tesla just posted this video, and you would think that this is programmed, but actually no. Tesla basically fed a lot of people dancing into its AI, and then it basically learned how to dance. This AI knows exactly how to mimic dance moves without really explicitly being taught, move the hand here. No, it just learned by being shown how to dance. That video is so crazy that people are thinking that this is fake or CGI or that it's sped up, but it's none of those things. I have extremely high confidence that this statement from a Tesla executive is actually a 100% true statement. Tesla in this case didn't even use any cables to either hold the robot or to feed quicker data to it, or basically just have a person on the side dance and then the robot just basically mimics exactly what the other person doing, and all of that is often connected through a cable. That is not happening here. It's all real-time speed, zero CGI, fully learned, and this is so crazy, in simulation, and zero shot transfer to real. If you are a Tesla stock investor, what he's saying here has insanely huge implications. Please pay attention. And even if you already saw this before in some other place, you want to pay attention and go through this one more time because it's that important. We are possibly talking about your investment going from where it is right now to about 100 times more if Elon's prediction comes true meaning $26,000 per share roughly. A Tesla executive here continues, besides the fact that it's fun, we had to make significant improvements to our robot model in sim, meaning simulation, domain, randomization, and other techniques, which will directly transfer to more practical situations as well. Robust walking, so no more walking as if the robot just pooped its pants. And agile, full body control in general, which is good. We also learned quite a few things on our hardware and tuned our power profile. That's also big. If this was simply programmed, it wouldn't really be that impressive, but because it wasn't, this is so game-changing. Basically, the implications from this, you can feed a video of, let's say, 10,000 people taking out garbage, and the robot could probably look at these videos, analyze them, and then learn how to pick up or take out garbage from your house to the garbage bin. And you know what you could probably also make it do? You could tell the robot, while you're taking out the garbage, do these dance moves. So you could be dancing while it's taking out the garbage. But it just keeps getting more crazy. Zero-shot transfer to real means it performs these tasks in the real world on the first try without extra training. So in theory, this could mean that the video that we are seeing here of the bot dancing is also the first time that the Tesla team saw the robot dancing. Now, maybe they did make it dance a little bit off the camera, but the point is there was definitely no extra training if what the Tesla executive is saying here is true, and I have no reason to doubt him, really. However, with Tesla, like I said earlier, sometimes they like to play with words, and they are not specifying that this is indeed the very first time that they saw the robot dance as well. My guess is they probably taught the robot a few different dances, and maybe a few of them didn't turn out exactly great, but a few that did, they are showing here on camera. That's my personal guess, but it might be that most of them actually succeeded in producing a really nice looking dance performance. And then to top that, Elon Musk just made an announcement today, really early this morning at 2 a.m. today. I will have an Optimus dance troupe on stage with me at the Tesla shareholders meeting. So probably this summer or whenever the shareholder meeting is going to be held. I think the last year it was held in the middle-ish of June. Just look at this footwork. This summer, you will be able to see this in person, not programmed, all learned, just through simulation. And this thing probably will be able to play basketball pretty soon. Oh, but it gets even crazier than that. Elon Musk made another announcement about the Optimus bot. He commented under that same Optimus dance saying, "It does this every day in our Palo Alto lab. And multiple Optimus robots walk around the office 24/7. Watch this. With no one watching over them, charging themselves as needed." If you just stop and think for a moment, you will realize that what Elon Musk just said right here is actually huge news. He said multiple Optimus robots walk around the office without anyone watching over them and then charging themselves as needed. And what else will charge itself when needed? Robo-taxis. You know, when I invested in Tesla stock for the first time in 2019, I did not imagine that Tesla is going to release a Tesla Optimus bot. I just knew that as long as Elon Musk stays with Tesla, Tesla will continue innovating in ways that you will not really even be able to predict or imagine if you extend the timeline into a very long time frame. And now I'm seeing this 6 years later. And I think many people, after seeing this video of the bot dancing, I think they will start to think, wait. So Tesla, first of all, is not just a car company. It's a company that will produce autonomous vehicles. Okay, that's largely obvious to many people, but not to everyone. You would be surprised. Still, many people don't think that is happening. But if you do have FSD in your vehicle, especially if you have hardware 4, and I just got a hardware 4 Model Y, the new one, the refreshed one, and oof, it's so good. So if you have a hardware 4 vehicle, it's really hard to believe that robot taxis are not coming. If you don't have a Tesla vehicle with hardware 4, with FSD on, I can understand why you would be so skeptical about Tesla's robot taxi plans. But if you have it, there's not much really to talk about here. It's just obvious. You just get in the car, you turn on FSD, and then you arrive at your destination often. And this is nothing really unusual to me now, without any interventions at all, assuming that you can bear with double stops at stop signs or full stops at stop signs, and occasional wrong lane changes, which still get you to your destination. It's just unnecessary, but no safety related interventions. That is now mundane. But on top of all of that, I think there are more and more investors, and it's still a relatively small group, even among Tesla stock bulls, I think, who are realizing that the Tesla bot, actually, you know what? This is going to happen. How big is it going to be and how soon exactly? These are big questions, but at this point, it's starting to look like it's just a matter of time. If the robot can learn all these dance moves just through simulation without being programmed, I am pretty sure that they can definitely also figure out how to restock all grocery shelves, or unload trucks, or load trucks, or do some sort of basic construction. Overall, how do I feel about all of this? Well, this is how I feel right now, and I think this also describes many of us Tesla shareholders, definitely, for sure. And I certainly agree with James Dama here, saying Optimus locomotion has just made the V11 to V12 transition. Yeah, V11 wasn't really useful for most people. V12 was useful to those who are a bit more careful and were willing to put up with a few extra errors, but V13 really is where Tesla made a huge breakthrough. My family, I'm having a hard time finding anyone who I personally know who's saying, you know what, I tried V13 and I don't want to use it. No, like the universal experiences, I tried it and now I use it all the time. And with Elon Musk clearly getting a new compensation package, Elon Musk has been secured for Tesla, at least until the next massive wave of growth happens at Tesla. Now, just to be clear, a new compensation package has not been confirmed yet, but just knowing that the board is actually actively exploring a new paid deal for Elon Musk, it means that really is just a matter of time before it happens. Now, this committee that's exploring this idea comprises actually of just the chair, Robin Denholm, and Kathleen Wilson-Thompson, who is a Tesla board member. As well as exploring the new pay package, this committee will also explore alternative ways to compensate Elon Musk for past work should Tesla fail to reinstate his 2018 pay deal. And this is the good news, any new package for Musk would be subject to Texas rules because Tesla moved its incorporation last year in protest at Delaware's decision. And from time to time, I hear someone say, well, Elon Musk is no longer motivated by more money. And I would say that, well, it takes more than just being the richest person in the world to colonize Mars. So more money definitely helps with that. And I think it's not just money with Elon Musk. I think he really wants to have control, or some good amount of control of Tesla, and having a new compensation package ensures that he does get more control. And then Elon Musk shared what else he's thinking about, and this is just as mind-bogglingly, enormously crazy as everything else that I just covered already. Elon says, been thinking about the fastest way to bring a terawatt of compute online. That is roughly equivalent to all electrical power produced in America today. Seems like Elon is interested in potentially producing a lot of solar panels for this. A lot of solar in the middle of the desert could work, and Elon does say, yeah, it would. Now, if you happen to put all of these solar panels in Texas, you would need about 19% of Texas' total area. Now, I spent quite a bit of time in Texas, actually, and while Texas is extremely sunny, sometimes it does get a little cloudy. You might want to put all of these panels in an actual desert. That might be a bit more effective. But just think for a moment, how much would it cost to build so much solar energy that would be enough actually to power all of the US? The costs will be insane. And that is one reason why Elon Musk wants to make a lot of money, because he wants to do all of these things, and not having enough money is a strong limiting factor. So for anyone saying more money does not motivate Elon Musk, I think you're not correct here. But also think about the implications of this actually happening. If Elon Musk actually follows through with this, what is going to happen to XAI, X, Tesla, all of Elon's companies? I'm pretty sure there's some sort of thing that would happen that would massively benefit all of these companies. Here, I am definitely betting on Elon Musk. For Tesla stock investors that have been with Elon since 2019 and earlier, it worked out great. And for those who will stay with Elon Musk for decades to come, I believe it is going to work out even better. Also, for Tesla stock investors, I think this is important to pay attention to. There's a new interview which is 50 minutes long with Tesla's VP of AI software, basically the guy that's trying to solve full self-driving right now. He also talked about Elon Musk. He said, I meet with him every week. He is really smart in the sense that he can predict the future very early. He works really hard, easily 80 to 90 hours per week. I feel fortunate to work for him. He's not afraid of taking risks, and he is very funny. You can see it in person. Absolutely. You can definitely see how funny Elon Musk is. Sometimes it's a bit cringy, but it's funny. Also, if you are in the US and you are thinking about ordering a Tesla, right now is by far the absolute best time to do it. And for a little while, there's not going to be a better time. The $7,500 EV tax credit, that's going away. Congress is looking to end the $7,500 federal EV credit on December 31st of this year, so you definitely want to get a Tesla before the year ends if you are thinking of buying it. Elon replied to this that all subsidies should end, including those for oil and gas, but of course subsidies for oil and gas, I don't think they are going to end. Elon then continues, anything else is pure hypocrisy and fate does not smile upon hypocrites. By the way, as I'm recording, Tesla stock is comfortably above the $1 trillion market cap. Again, we might go under again, maybe sometime later, but for now, we are definitely above the $1 trillion mark. And guys, you must remember Ron Barron. Remember when Tesla stock last year was at its lowest? Ron Barron said, now is the time to buy Tesla stock. Now is going to go up huge, and it did. And now Ron Barron is saying that Tesla profits are about to go through the roof. The profits of Tesla are on the verge of going through the roof. He did have some things to say about Elon's political positions. When he broke out the chainsaw, talking about fraud and abuse, he gave the wrong image of himself. I hope he starts resurrecting his image as someone who builds things. Daenerys was also just on TV expecting that we will have new highs for all tech stocks, which includes Tesla. On this website where you can bet on certain outcomes, chances of a recession happening this year, they were just greatly reduced after the trade deal with China. Elon also reposted this post from Galley, which says Tesla only needs a few thousand robotaxis in operation to be doing billions in revenue. Because if you look at Waymo, they are doing 250 million in revenue with just a fleet of 1,500 cars. Oh, this could actually be massive. Omar is saying that this is FSD V14. If the gap between V14 and V13 is going to be as big as the gap between V12 and V13, this is massive news. Now, it's not guaranteed that this is indeed V14, but Omar thinks so. And Chuck said here that the Tesla ADAS operator is back out today in the AI4 Model Y, validating a feature version of FSD, which could possibly be the model that Tesla is going to be using for robotaxis. And we are now getting some videos of people using the latest FSD version, which is V13.2.9. And look at this clip here. Are you wondering why is this Tesla vehicle going so far on the right side? Well, wonder no more. Use FSD if you have it. And the NHTSA has asked Tesla to answer questions on the company's plans to launch a paid robotaxi service in Austin, Texas in June to assess how it will perform in poor weather, according to a new letter made public just now, which is actually Monday. The NHTSA wants to know how many vehicles will be used as robotaxis and the expected timetable for availability of robotaxi technology for vehicles controlled by people other than Tesla. NHTSA also wants to know whether robotaxi vehicles will be supervised or monitored by Tesla in real time. Because this letter has now been made public, we might hear about answers from Tesla sometime soon as well. Here's a good chart to be aware of. FSD end-to-end model requires insane amount of compute for video training, and the Chinese competitors have been working on their own autonomous driving system training clusters, and here are their compute specs as of 2024. This is how much Tesla has. And this is how much these competitors have. You can put all of them together and Tesla still has quite a bit more. And here are the release notes of the latest FSD version. But the notes are the same, so we have to figure out ourselves exactly what's different about this one. Now we need to discuss what is happening here. This is from Joe Tagmeyer. He operates his own drone around Tesla's factories, and you can see that this vehicle doesn't really look quite like a regular Tesla vehicle, but it does have wheels that you would expect to see on a Tesla Model Y. Now, according to Joe Tagmeyer, who drives drones all the time there, looks like a Model Y under a car cover, but missing all body panels, the rear quarter panels, glass roof, and with old Model Y wheels. I honestly do not know what this is or if it is significant. Oh, even the main Tesla account commented on this, saying best part is no part. And the consensus definitely is that the wheelbase looks the same as the Model Y. However, they are clearly working on something. Otherwise, why would you use a cover to cover this up? Teslarati is saying that potential affordable Tesla Model 2 has been spotted, talking about this specific vehicle. And we know that supposedly Tesla will produce new, more affordable models in the first half of 2025. And I personally tend to think that these are just going to be stripped down Model 3s and Model Ys. Teslarati also thinks that this new spotted vehicle looks a bit more compact than a Model Y parked next to it. Is it really more compact? I mean, it sort of looks like that, but there's a lot of parts missing, so it makes it difficult to gauge. And I personally was leaning very strongly towards the car being this. Looks like the vehicle that was on display at the last annual shareholders meeting, and we know that the shareholders meeting is coming up very soon, probably in June or definitely this summer. But then Teslarati continues with something that slightly is changing my mind. Remember this? This is at Tesla's Fremont factory. I made a whole video about this. But what Joe Tagmeyer spotted here, this is in Texas. So this is in a different factory, which reduces the chances of this vehicle being the same vehicle, although it's certainly possible that they could have transported it here, but that's so far to transport it. Also, do we know for sure 100% that this was definitely a cybercab? This is from September of last year. Probably was, but can you really say this with 100% certainty or just like 99% certainty? For now, I'm still of the opinion that Tesla is only going to be releasing stripped down Model Ys and Model 3s. Maybe they will look a little bit different, but basically you will think, oh, this is a Model Y or a Model 3 just really stripped down. Maybe it could be a hatchback. I mean, like a proper square-ish hatchback. But if it actually turns out to be a more compact vehicle, oh, Tesla, you have done a great job hiding this whole thing. But I'm not expecting that it's going to be a completely new vehicle. Although after seeing this cover Tesla vehicle, I think the likelihood of it being a more different vehicle certainly has just increased significantly. And in about a month and a half, we will find out exactly what is going on here. This seems to be getting some attention. Someone at Tesla got fired, and it looks like it's because the employee became a little bit political. Omar saying, if you can't put aside politics to focus on the mission, Tesla is in the right place for you. Some people are saying the CEO of Tesla literally put Tesla aside for politics. He should be fired. Omar fires back to that with fulfilling the mission required a political change, unfortunately. Well, I certainly personally think that Elon Musk being aligned with the new administration makes it much easier for Tesla to get regulatory approvals for robotaxis, assuming that Tesla can make robotaxi safer than human driving. Elon also said that we just showed several of our Tesla Optimus robots to His Highness and President Trump, and I think they were very impressed. When he says His Highness, he's talking about the leader of Saudi Arabia. Elon Musk was in Saudi Arabia giving a quick interview here. In fact, one of our robots did the Trump dance, which they thought was pretty cool. We are headed to a radically different world. Stephen Mark Ryan reviewed comments under a video that he posted basically showing the dance that the Tesla bot did, and 50% of people are amazed, 25% are skeptical, is this real, and the rest of the people said basically this is fake, this is sped up, this is BS, there's no way this is real. So about 50% of the people are not really all that convinced that this is actually happening. But keep in mind, those people that watch Stephen Mark Ryan, they are largely huge Tesla bulls. So we are talking 50% of the Tesla bulls are not really all that convinced that this is a big deal. So if you are talking about regular investors, almost none of them, I think, are really assigning any significant value to what just happened. This is Mark Zuckerberg on competing with Elon Musk. This is from 3 years ago. We just found out about this. And Mark Zuckerberg was basically saying that Elon Musk could make it work and it could be huge. And Mark Zuckerberg was definitely not underestimating Elon Musk. Ooh, check this out. Nissan will cut more than 10,000 jobs globally, bringing the number of layoffs, including those previously announced, to about 20,000 or 15% of its entire workforce. There's a lot of hype behind this truck, which according to this company's slate, it will start below $28,000 before any incentives, and they already have more than 100,000 orders. But keep in mind, you only need to put down $50, and it's fully refundable on top of that. So how many of these will actually convert to orders? We'll find out later, but there's definitely a lot of hype behind this vehicle, which is actually highly customizable. If you are a Tesla stock investor and you're curious about this, I highly recommend to check it out in more detail. Ooh, Honda reported a 76% plunge in operating profit and huge earnings miss in their fourth quarter results. Keep in mind that their fourth quarter ends March 31st. Seemingly, there's more good news for investors overall. The White House economic advisor just said that when the president gets back home, which is expected to be around May 16th or 17th, he will announce another deal. And we did get more confirmation directly from China that indeed the tariffs will be lowered by China. So there's no backtracking happening. Everything's good. And speaking of good, inflation is looking good in the US. It came in a little bit under expectations, which is good. Oh, and we got some good news here for Tesla. Tesla FSD in Europe, highway approval expected to arrive in September, which is great. And with the reduced tariffs for items coming from China to the US, Tesla to resume shipping Chinese parts for Cybercab semi-production in the US. Ooh, and check this out. This technical analyst, so a stock astrologist, says that Tesla stock is going to $500 per share. I personally largely ignore these, but the hype is coming back to Tesla. Now pay attention to this, and this is Tesla specific actually. Can you see something that's interesting, that's a bit unusual? I see two Cybertrucks here. Maybe there's more in the back, but I see two here in the front. This is the US president in the Middle East, and these vehicles, these are owned by Qatar's internal security force known as Lequia. I'm sure I did not pronounce that right, but I tried. It's a great day today for Tesla stock investors, and I believe that Tesla stock is going to $1,000 per share. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you again in the next video, probably on Friday. If you don't see me back on Friday, it's because I'm traveling, and in that case, maybe I'll just put out a video on Monday, or if not Monday, then Wednesday. But if I don't make a video, it's because I'm traveling. But most likely, I will be back on Friday.